Shake it out. So, hello, queens and kings. This is Anissa here. I have a quick video just to tell you about what's been going on with me and why I have been kind of MIA. So, if you follow me at all on my Instagram, which is at Queen Eyes Company, that's my business page. If you don't follow me, you should follow me. But if you follow me, within the last week, you noticed that I posted something up about potentially contracting COVID-19. So if you stay tuned, I'm going to tell you a little bit about my results because I'm sure that you are wondering what happened. So I'm going to tell you. So anyway, so just to tell you a little bit about my experience, I did go on a group trip to Atlantic City, and I feel like I kind of let down my guard with COVID-19, with making sure that I do my due diligence and keeping my mask on, staying protected, and making sure that, I do what I need to do to protect myself. So anyway, some of the symptoms that I had is when I came back, I think I left on Saturday. We came back on Tuesday. So I want to say either the following day or the day after that. I think the first day, like Wednesday, I started to cough just a little bit. But it was like nothing serious, but I did notice like a cough. And anyway, the following day, Thursday, is when it hit. I woke up, I had body aches. I just felt horrible, tired. I laid right there in that bed. And my sister's a nurse, thank God. So she told me, take your temperature. So I took my temperature, and my first temperature was a low-grade fever, which is 100.3. So anything, just so you know, anything above 100.4 is an actual fever. So as soon as that happened, she drove all the way just to throw some Tylenol on my door. So she threw the Tylenol on my door. Got the Tylenol. Before I took it, I took my temperature again. And within that time, I would say it probably took her a little bit less than an hour or around an hour. My temperature had went up from 100.3 to 101.4, I believe. My head was pounding. My body was aching. I just didn't feel good. I didn't have any shortness of breath, anything like that. I wasn't coughing or anything, but I definitely was sick, and I was like, yeah. So anyway, after that, the following day, after taking the Tylenol, first of all, I felt amazing. And I think it was generic Tylenol too. I don't even know. But either way, I felt great after that. I just felt really, really sleepy. The following day, I continued to take my temperature, and I had a fever the following day. Took the pills, went to sleep, repeated. The third day, no fever. And from then on, I just had really bad fatigue, like just tired. On Friday is when I took my test. What happened was I decided to do an urgent care. Someone that I know that had taken the test before had sent me a list of exam centers in Philadelphia that I could potentially go to. So I decided to go with Vibe Urgent Care. It's spelled really weird, like VYBE. If you're from Philly, and you're around Germantown, they're all around the city. Is one on 15th and Spring Garden, but the one that I went to is in Roxborough. And how they did it is you go to their website, you make an appointment for telehealth. So that's when you just go, you meet with the doctor online, they talk to you, or a provider online, they talk to you, and then after that, they'll tell you where to go and what to do to get your test. So it was so funny because Initially someone, just like you're at the doctor's office, they come and they ask you a few questions, and then you have to wait sort of in like a queue for the provider to come on and talk you through your symptoms and everything. So while I was waiting, it was actually a pretty long hold on the phone. It was like 30 minutes maybe. I propped the phone up and my eyes closed, and I woke up to the provider like, hello. I'm like, I'm sorry, I fell asleep. So anyway, but that goes to show you like just how sleepy you get, like how fatigued you are during this. So me, I'm a fighter. So, they told me I wouldn't get my test for 7 to 10 days. So Monday, I tried to get back into work. I work from home. It's my 9 to 5 job. So I tried to do that. And by 10 a.m., I was like, I gotta log off at noon. I see y'all tomorrow. I couldn't do it. I was too tired. So anyway, it didn't actually take 7 to 10 days. I got my results back on Wednesday, and as I thought, I did test positive for COVID-19. So I did make sure that I informed everybody who went on the trip with me. The day that I started getting symptoms, I started to tell people and just say, hey, let people know. I don't know if they did or not, but the day that I got my results, I did personally inform everybody else. So, with that being said, this is my last day on quarantine. I'm so happy about that. So happy. I've been home, I live alone, and I have been, actually it hasn't been too bad because most of the time I was asleep because you can't stay up, you get really tired. But the last couple of days when I feel 100% better. Like I'm ready to like rock and roll safely, okay? Because I'm pretty nervous now entering back in the world, and plus I want to take the antibody test, but also they inform me that the antibody test does not tell you how long the antibodies are built up for. So you still have to be very careful and cautious and wear your mask and wash your hands and be careful about large groups, whatever. But one thing that I do want to say is if you have taken a test and it's negative, but you had some sort of symptoms or something like that, you should still quarantine. And then also, if you're coming from an environment where a lot of people are traveling right now because it is the summer, you should be cautious in quarantine, especially if you're going to get your nails and your feet done, and I do lash extensions, especially if you come to Queen Eye's company. Make sure that you're quarantined, and you should also do your due diligence to asking people these questions. Like, ask people, have you been tested? Some people haven't, but believe it or not, you should know if people were tested, if they were tested positive or tested negative, or if someone around them is tested positive or tested negative, or if they had some symptoms. Because some people might say, oh, I feel a little tired, or I had a little bit of body aches, but now I took a little pill, now I'm fine, I'm back in action, I'm back in work. So those are some red flags. If you have some body aches, if whatever the symptoms are, even though you pop a pill and you feel fine after that, you should quarantine or go get tested. Another thing that I learned, okay, about this test is when this all first started, it was videos of people getting tested and how the test was administered, and it scared the living crap out of a lot of people. So a lot of people, I think, are afraid to get the test, right? So when I took the test, when she took the Q-tip and put it in my nose, She literally, I wish I had a Q-tip here, but I don't. But let's say this is a Q-tip. So she took the Q-tip and she literally went like this and went around in both of my nostrils. And I said to her, "Is that it?" And she started walking away. She was like, "That's it." I was like, "Oh my God." So I feel like it's a lot of people out here afraid to actually get the test. So they're infecting people, just trying to convince themselves that they're okay. Dog, go take the test. So their kit was easy, breezy, and it was pain free. It was no irritation. Um, and it came back really fast. The providers were great. They called me in the morning. They told me what to do, and they told me how long to quarantine for. So if you ever have any questions, please ask a professional. So don't take my word for it. Call your doctor. If you don't have a doctor, go to an urgent care. And can I just say this too? If you do have insurance, or even if you don't, a lot of these tests are being covered like for free. I even found out that like my insurance company is covering like Talkspace for like free. Our co-pays for our therapists and stuff like that, because a lot of people are going through depression and everything else due to this pandemic. So like take a moment to take advantage of your life and decide what's best for you by investigating, by reading, by talking to your physician, and by making a decision for your educated decision for yourself. So lastly, thank you to everybody. I had people, my family brought me food. My brother brought me groceries because I'm like a bachelorette. I don't have no food in my house. So when this happened, I was like, I'm a starve. And my brother just came and loaded me up with food, bottles of alkaline water. My sister bought me medication. My mom and my cousins bought me fruit. And I feel really good because I've been eating like really, really, really good. So I feel like high energy. I feel great. Due to the way that I've been eating. And then also I just had some random friends warm my heart, brought me medication, offer Uber Eats, offer different things, and just been checking on me every single day or every other day or whatever. And I really appreciate it because it not only hit me physically, but honestly, mentally. Like I was a little messed up mentally. I ain't even gonna front. Like your girl needed some encouragement, some kind words, because I really was not feeling mentally good or physically good during this. So I just want to say that I'm blessed because during this I've heard people die from COVID. My grandmother died in April from COVID. So I'm extremely happy to have survived and be on this side of it. And I hope that I don't get it again and be at risk again. And I hope that you don't get it. And I hope that you, you know, consider other people when you go out, when you have a symptom, or when you are around, people that or come in contact with other people who have COVID, that you do your due diligence and you do the right thing.